So I was just looking back at my past videos. Sometimes I creep myself just to be like, what was I wearing? What did I look like? Like literally, if I have no idea what to wear in a day, I go and I look at my outfit of the weeks or my outfit of the days, and I'm like, oh, that's a nice outfit. Maybe I'll do that one again. But anyways, I was doing that the other day and I realized that I hadn't done a book video in forever. With being in school, it is harder to read a lot because it's like you're reading books for school or you're studying and blah blah blah. So reading does become not as much fun as it is in the summer. I always have a book on the go. If I don't have a book on the go, like I have like a little minor panic attack and I'm like, what am I doing in my life? What am I gonna do tonight? Like, you know? So I'm gonna show you guys some of my recent reads. I'm also gonna talk about a couple that I don't own but I've read, and why not? I also have one book that I really did not like. I know some of you guys probably really like the series, but I hope you can understand where I'm coming from when I explain my dislike for the book, and I think I'll just get started. Why not? Why wouldn't I? The first book that I absolutely loved is The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out the Window and Disappeared, and just the title is hilarious. Like what? Is that like a joke? That's literally what the story is about. This is by Jonas Jonasson, which is just hilarious that someone named their child that. I feel bad for you, Jonas. It's okay though. It basically tells a story of an older man who's just about to turn 100, who basically leaves his elderly folks home on his 100th birthday and just goes and does the most random stuff because he can. Oftentimes I read books about young people like doing crazy things, and reading it about this like 100-year-old man who does it, to me it's just awesome, inspiring, and so funny. This book is hilarious, so I highly recommend this if you want a good laugh. I can't remember if I've talked about this book yet, so I'm just going to mention it again, and it's The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Obviously, pretty well-known book, part of the sort of Lord of the Rings, basically a prequel to the Lord of the Rings. So if you like the Lord of the Rings and you haven't read The Hobbit, I don't know what you're doing with yourself, because if you like the Lord of the Rings, why haven't you read this? It's a nice starter to the series. If you're younger and you're thinking the Lord of the Rings just seems like way too much for you right now, start with this, and if it seems like something that's going to captivate you, then read it. One of my most amazing finds recently has been this series, and it is The Name of the Wind by Rothfuss. It captivated me so much, and oftentimes it kept me up really late at night. I freaking love the main character. Like, for me, even reading this as a girl and the main character being a boy, I still feel like a connection between myself and him. This is an amazing fantasy series. If you're a fantasy fan, read this. I freaking love this, and I never heard of this series before. I was researching, I guess, the best fantasy series, and the first one in this little list I found was Game of Thrones, and the second one was this one. So I was like, well, I've already read all Game of Thrones and I freaking loved it, so I might as well try this, and I love the story. I believe there's 3 books. I haven't read any of the other ones yet, but I'm definitely going to, because this book really opened my eyes to a whole new side of fantasy, because kind of like Game of Thrones, there's moments in it where I'm like, this is like real history, like this could be like whatever, and then there's other parts where I'm like, this is definitely so fantasy, and I love that because it kind of gets you like in a weird frame of mind. Sometimes you actually think what's going on could be like real, and it's just plays mind games with you. Come on now. I also read another book that I don't own, at least I don't think I own it, and that was The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it. Basically, it's about a boy who has autism, and I love reading stories from someone's perspective that's so different from me, but something that I want to learn about. So say, for example, someone from like a different culture than me, or someone who has autism. To me, it's just so insightful, and reading that book really was hilarious. It was so funny. The whole story is based around this one boy, and his neighbor's dog is murdered, and basically, like, that's not the basis of the story, but that's part of like how he kind of gets himself in trouble, and it's so funny, so well written, and just amazing, phenomenal. Like, I totally recommend it to anyone. Funny story, I also attempted to read Anna Karenina. That did not go so well. The beginning, like 25-50 pages or whatever, I was like dying. I was like, I don't think I can do this, especially when I have finals right now. I'm like, this is not gonna happen. So I just kind of put it aside. I was like, I think I'll try and read that another time. That didn't go too hot. That's okay, I'll try again. Alright, now I have to tell you guys, a lot of you recommended to me reading the series Mortal Instruments, and I was actually really hesitant to begin with, just because I don't really like the idea of demons. To me, I don't know, it's something I was raised to not believe in. I don't really like reading about it personally. That's just me. So when I heard that this book was about demons, I was kind of really hesitant. But as I did more book videos, a lot of you guys told me, go try it, like it's awesome, whatever, you'll love it. And I didn't like it at all. And I hate to say it, and I hate to be negative about a book, because usually I talk so positively about all the books I read, but obviously you get some duds in there. And for me, this was one. I just found it insanely immature. Like, after reading The Name of the Wind and then going to this, I was like, whoa, maybe that was a problem too. Like, the level of writing was so like different, like so obviously different, that for me this was a little bit unreadable. It was not for me. I did not like Twilight. I don't like books like that. So when I saw that Stephenie Meyer did like a little review on this, I was like, oh shoot, I don't think I'm gonna like this very much, because I really don't like Stephenie Meyer. And that's, again, that's just me. I just didn't like those books. I don't like how this is written personally. I don't know. There's incest? I'm so confused. So that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know, are there any more books that you think I should try? Is there anything out there that I'm missing out on? Let me know down below, and I would love to hear from you guys about your favorite books right now and some of the things that you've really enjoyed reading recently. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye!